how the fuck are y'all doing today? Welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Keith. I'm just letting y'all know right now that today is going to be a slightly shorter episode, more so because my dumbass waited too late to get everything going in here. Either way it goes, we're about to get into a lot of shit and we're going to get into it now. So make sure y'all go ahead and like this video. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to this video and tell your motherfucking friends about it. So, how's everybody been doing? I'm really curious. Like, I do want to implement a section of my show that allows me to kind of question how you all are doing, how you all's mental health is doing. That way, I can make sure to address things that other people are going through. Even if I'm not going through it, maybe I can research about it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that you all take time to leave comments and stuff like that and really let me know how you all are feeling about a lot of the things that I'm talking about. And also let me know like what y'all are going through. Also, you can tell me if you don't agree with some of the shit I'm saying. This does not have to be, I would love for this to be a safe space for everybody, but I don't want this to be a space that people feel like they can't come and say like what they want to say. Like I want everybody to engage. So, with that being said, I'm pretty much gonna let y'all know kind of what I've been up to in a sense. With my full-time job, there's not really much that I'm able to do outside of that. So I've really been trying to just make sure that I'm focusing on this and able to get this together. That way I can, put my all back into something that I'm really passionate about. One of the things that I told y'all last week that I was going through alcohol cleanse, and in all honesty, I kind of don't really want to drink no more. Like, I might have like a little drink here and there, but it's nothing I'm really feeling for, and I kind of like that. But I'm also concerned that I may get into a space where I'm not really having fun out with people if I'm not able to drink, because I do want to see how I'm going to look at other people while they're drunk and I'm not. But I don't know if I'm going to just completely cut it out though. That is something that we are in the works of, and I feel kind of stupid because I be buying these little bitty shots of the Jack Daniels, and I feel so childish buying those, honestly. But I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. I cannot. I don't want to keep alcohol in the house, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I'm just gonna keep buying these little bitty shots. Not every day, but if I decide, hey, you've been working hard, young man, have yourself a little drink. I might just go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely, follow along my journey there, and make sure that you all let me know if you all have any things that you all are going through as well. Because I know, I was super ashamed to tell people what I was going through, and I was also thinking. Now that I look back, I really started drinking a lot once my granddad died. I was going through a lot of stuff, and my granddad died, and it was just like, boom, I got into a habit of coping. And I can find way other healthier ways to cope than sitting there drinking my damn life away every single day. I'm just saying. Also, I want to just make sure that I'll make sure I let y'all know that if you're going through it right now, it is okay. Everybody is going through it. Like I get up sometimes and be like, God, here we go. It's another motherfucking day of me not having it all together, or me not just freaking out and letting myself stress out about not having it together. And I want y'all to know, y'all not the only people that are going through that right now. Times are hard for everybody. So I just really want to let y'all know, like when it comes to like the social stressors, like bills, jobs, and kids and all that stuff, like I honestly,
fuck them bills, fuck that job, fuck them kids.
Respectfully, but I'm more so saying we just got to get into spaces where we're also making sure that we're maintaining our mental health, because a lot of things are like boom, 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 just smacking us in the head all at once, and we don't really give ourselves time to like bounce back from that shit. Sometimes we just kind of keep going, which honestly creates a bigger problem. If you want my honest opinion about it, just saying. And if I look like I'm sweating and moving all fast and stuff like that and hot, it's because I've been trying to get all my shit in here. I don't know why I decided to come within the last hour that I could be here. And now I have like 30 minutes. And you know what? I ain't gonna hold you. I might start cleaning up right at the time to go, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, I just want to make sure that y'all know that this is a message to just everybody. Like, make sure that y'all just keep going. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard, and trust me, I get it. But also, I know this sounds super corny. I know it probably sounds super cliche, but I also want to let y'all know that we're only gonna go through this shit. We're only going through these things. That way, we can really appreciate what the it is that we have. That we can appreciate the good when we finally get it. I know I'm struggling and stuff like that with my speech, so I apologize because I'm all over the place trying to get this thing organized. But I definitely just want y'all to just take a time, and if you can, just breathe. You know, let y'all self relax. Try to get a babysitter for the weekend. Even if you got to get like a hotel for yourself in your city, go on a little staycation. Don't tell nobody where you're going, and just forget all responsibilities for the weekend. That's something I actually plan on doing. Like even to the smallest bit of me just having dogs. I don't want to get up and have to take them out to go to the bathroom. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my sweat towel, y'all. I told y'all I was going through a lot over here. Get that out of the way. So yeah, with all that being said, we want to go ahead and get on into some stuff, so we don't kind of get off the motherfucking positive shit, because I actually have another segment that we about to add on here called Grinds My Gears. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that grinds my motherfucking gears. And I know it starts off as a compliment, right? But y'all gotta understand, you know, and I'm probably being super sensitive, I'm probably being super dramatic, I don't know, I can't tell, whatever. But I want y'all to know that when somebody looks at me and says, "What waste?" I'll be thinking to myself, like, bitch, what if I looked at you and was like, damn, where'd you get all that waste from?
You need to leave.
How would you feel about that? That's inappropriate for me to say, so don't look at me and say, what waste? Because obviously, well, I'm not gonna say obviously because everybody has different body goals and stuff like that. But I just feel like I'm always talking about, damn, I want to pick up weight, I want to pick up weight, I want to pick up weight, and this motherfucker's like, what waste? And I'm like, the waist around your hips. I'm just playing, that's stupid. No, but for real, I feel like, listen, y'all don't. I think that people really need to keep you thinking too much into it because it's compliments you being a dramatic, you having a bitch fit for no reason. Calm down. However, I do want to get on to the point of we need to really stop commenting on people's physical appearance, because you never really know what it is that they are dealing with internally about themselves externally. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get into the whole, you know, body dysmorphia thing because it's definitely not an oppression Olympics. I don't want nobody to think that. However, you know, just be mindful, like be like, damn, Keith, I like how fat your waist is getting. For me, that's a compliment. I'm kind of like Tammy Roman, you know, when you know, oh no, I'm not like Tammy Roman. No, because when people tell her she's too skinny, she likes that shit. When y'all tell me, oh, you big me up a little bit. Shit, even if you gotta lie to me, be like, Keith, you know, put on 50 pounds. Whatever. Whatever. Like, I don't want to keep looking like fucking Oscar Proud for the rest of my life. You got Oscar Proud, well, what was Bobby Proud? He'd be like, thank you, baby brother. He's so funny. So, yeah, again, sorry if I'm rushing through these. We are just trying to make sure that we cover all the topics before they put me up out this place today. I'm sorry for the short episode, but I promise I'll make up for it. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you all are kind of glad that I don't have such long episodes anymore because, yeah, my shit used to be super long and be just sitting there with so much like dead silence. And I'm really trying to get into the habit to stop saying, and like. I sound fucking Kardashian. Oh my God, like, I cannot totally believe like this happened to me and like. You know what? I'm gonna put this video in here too of Tiny talking. I noticed that I don't know if it's just us, I don't know if it's women, I don't know if it's women and gays, I don't know if it's us as blacks, I have no clue. But we talk with our hands. Nobody truly has to tell us anything about like sign language or whatever. Because honestly, me looking at a black person, if I can't hear nothing they saying, I can almost pick up what they say with their hands. Like for me, have y'all noticed it almost looks like my ass over here voguing every time I talk? And then when you start thinking about it, there's stuff that means things that we don't even know it means. You see, when people do that, they like, what does that mean I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? Like that just, you look like I'm trying to describe a couple things that's going on, and you know, and then people, that was, what's that? You know what I'm saying? And then the people, trying to bring something to my memory. You know what I'm playing? I'm really trying to get it. Lord, okay. Make sure y'all go follow my friend is so handsome. This picture just popped up on my Apple Watch and I'm posting it on Instagram. Make sure y'all go follow Coach Latham, PhD. That's my good friend, and his birthday is actually, he's an Aries just like me, April 9th. So by the time this airs, it will be his birthday. So I do want to go ahead and wish my boy a happy birthday, y'all. That's my dog. Love him to pieces. And he's a really good gift giver. And I've had to tell him, like, look, you can get your gift from my paycheck, come in. Shit, listen, I ain't used to getting gifts from my friends, so I ain't used to having I ain't used to putting like gifts in a budget. So now, you know, I'm like, shit. Next time he send me something, because my birthday's like 2-3 weeks after here, so next time he send me something, I'm just gonna put it up. And I'll be like, here, I'm gonna send it right back to you. That's like, boom. So yeah, can't nobody say nothing. Anyway, again, I want y'all to make sure that y'all are going ahead and liking, sharing, and subscribing to these to my channel. It really would mean the world to me. My next goal, really, y'all, is getting to 1,900 subscribers. So make sure y'all help me do that. Make sure y'all share this as much as y'all can. I hate to keep begging, but it's like, how else would I get the shit if y'all don't share and I don't ask y'all to do it? So again, you know, it's free 99. So just make sure that y'all are supporting me that way. That way I'm able to be supported, monetized in other ways, and able to, you know, really be, you know, I'm able to kind of bear the fruits of my labor. So it all just makes sense of how much effort I do put into what I do. So yeah, we're gonna get on to another segment right now. I do want to get into the unlearned segment, and just real quick, you know, I do want to go ahead and discuss imposter syndrome, and it's not something that I'm 100% familiar with, but it is something that is, you know, I think, especially in any type of creator, artist, black creator, black, or just person of color, anything. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes when we get into certain rooms, that we just don't believe that we belong there. And I'm about to get the real definition for y'all right now, just so I can make sure that I am discussing this right, because I don't want to be spreading wrong information. But according to, we're not going to do all that just for sake of time, but according to Google, it says imposter syndrome is the condition of feeling anxious and not experiencing success internally, despite being high performing in external, objective ways. This condition also results in people feeling like a fraud or a phony and doubting their abilities. And I can relate with that 100%. And I don't even want to, it may just be the fact that I'm a black man. And I feel like even in, you know, I hate to keep going here about corporate America and microaggression and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna lie to you all, just for me to get certain opportunities and get my foot in certain doors, I have to outperform my counterparts at almost everything. And it may come with a little bit of attitude sometimes and a little smart mouth, but trust me, I have to pay for it on the back end every time. And one experience that I can for sure say, and there's been a couple, especially when people invite me to their platform, sometimes I'm just like, wow, like what? But in particular, if you look behind me, I don't know if you all can see this, but I was able to be featured. Excuse me, I want to make sure y'all can see the actual cover. Okay, there we go. It's good now. So I was actually featured in the Let Us Live magazine. They actually gave me my very own like page and my own article and stuff like that. And honestly, even just like I'm gonna just look the first line said, "Who gonna check me?" When those nefarious words rushed out of the mouth of Bravo star Sheree Whitfield, it was a culture shift that taught multiple generations how to deliver iconic reads that would leave you speechless. Little did she know there was a young gentleman in Kentucky that was not only able to check people, but he is more than capable of teaching you that he is right. He is the right one that will get you educated about why he is the wrong one to try. This gentleman is no other than Keith Wayne motherfucking Riley. They didn't put the MF in there, but just so y'all do see, I did get my own spread, and I'm super proud of it. I am gonna end up blowing it up, and you know what? Just because I want y'all to make sure that y'all see all this. And also, speaking of my friend Demetrius, here's his book as well. It's called 365 Daily Thoughts. If you all follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see that I post a lot of the days in there as I read them. And it's really about just retraining your mind and retraining how you think things and trying not to internalize everything all the time. So yeah, just so y'all can see that, I'm gonna just make sure that's right there. Because Dad is proud of that. Now I got my keys right here. I really got to get my little aesthetic thing together. We gonna get it together eventually, I promise. But I get a little bit of help. Shit. All right. So with that being said, when they reached out to me to be on their magazine, I was like, yeah, hell yeah, because I didn't want to let it pass up. But then also, I was kind of sitting back like, what the fuck did I do to get on here? Like, who the fuck am I? Like, also not even realizing you always putting out content. You have a podcast. You've had like this celebrity in action. I'm not gonna say I've had like Mariah Carey and shit like that, but I've had people on my podcast that are actually who I would consider celebrities. People who are very well known in their profession and people who are very well skilled in their profession. So you know what I'm saying? I have to give myself a pat on my back sometimes. And that goes for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want us to start checking in with our friends as well. The ones who we know are talented. A lot of the times we don't go for things, in my opinion, we don't go for things because I feel like we don't deserve them or we don't belong in the room. And a lot of times we're probably the most talented motherfucker it is at what it is that we are doing, and we're not giving ourselves enough credit. So again, I really think that we need to make sure that we are pouring into ourselves and pouring into the people around us so we can believe in ourselves so people can go out and achieve things like this. I can't wait to blow that up and put that behind me, y'all. Shit. Whatever. But I 100% felt like I was undeserving of that because I really just didn't know what I brought to the table. But after, growing and learning and really to stop comparing myself to where everyone else is, that really helped me understand where my path is. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like sometimes like when we ain't at the level, when we are not at the level of others, sometimes we allow that in our own minds to take away from our own contributions and the things that we have done and the things that we have brought out into the world. And I want to make sure that, we stop doing that because really, you really got to think about it. What do we really consider like level? What is that like? Does that mean just financially? And in my head, I'm kind of just thinking, with new levels come new devils. If you have not reached that level yet, it's probably because you are not emotionally, mentally, or financially stable to deal with what comes in that lane or at that time. So I think that, I really want people to just stop being so hard on themselves. Put pressure on yourselves, to make sure that you're able to obtain and achieve. But let's stop trying to jump ahead of our path because at that point you're like premature when you get there, and then you don't know how to handle it, and then that's when you go fumble it. I.e., Krishan Rock. She jumped way ahead of probably what her, path should have been in a sense. And now she's there and she has all these opportunities and, she's sitting there and in my opinion, based off how she acts, and I'm not saying she's not getting other opportunities, but based off how she acts, a lot of people are not going to mess with her now. And I feel like it's because she wasn't emotionally and mentally ready to be in the spotlight that she's in now. So I want everybody to just know, even if it's not about spotlight, take your time, do your path. And don't let nobody else's level, quote unquote, affect what you got going on and how you feel about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna get off of that. And so our next segment is actually, so I decided that I'm actually, instead of calling it the Queef Keef segment, that's kind of vulgar. I'm not gonna hold you, but this whole segment is probably just gonna be a little vulgar. However, we're gonna call this the whole story. And the reason why I say that is because you always have his side, you have her side, and then you have the host side. And that's Heaux. So we want to hear the whole story, right? Anyway, so what I did want to talk to y'all about is uh, about a couple of months ago, I ended up going to a sex convention. And it was not what you all would probably think, but it definitely was. And I'm gonna make sure to, because I keep it slips my mind. I know it's like Essence Goddess, Black Goddess, or something like that. But I'm gonna make sure to put their flyer up here. That way, you all can make sure to show them some love. But with that being said, it was an amazing experience. Towards the end is when stuff got a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I learned a little bit about myself, and I kind of might think I might have learned maybe a little bit about, maybe if y'all were there, y'all would have learned a little bit about yourself. Because for me, I had a different impression of what BDSM is, y'all. And actually, just realized about myself that I've been into BDSM all along. And if some of you all are not familiar with BDSM, basically what it means is bondage, discipline, sadism, and machoism. And basically, I'm not gonna hold you for the first 15 minutes of the demonstration. He was rubbing her down with oils and feathers and all this other stuff. And I realized quickly about myself, Keith, literally every time you about to get down, you bring out your coconut oil and you start rubbing people down. You rub them down, and I love to. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I really just like to rub that ass and get the oil and shiny stuff. And we like, I can see it smack it on my stomach, and then the stretch marks look like lightning bolts doing. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so back to it. I'm not gonna lie. They started bringing out paddles and cuffs, and I got a paddle. I got a cuff. That oddly enough, nobody's really ever let me use them because honestly, when it comes down to sex, I'm super light. Let's get it. Boom, laser focus. So I don't be worried about no paddle and all this shit. But I do got me a little ski mask. I got me some stuff now that I'm gonna make sure that I do bring it to play because I feel like it can really like spice up your sex life. So basically, I learned, y'all, I'm into BDSM, and I'm really into the portion of worshiping. I love to worship my partner and then be worshipped. Cause I don't really do the whole sucking dick thing. I've done it before. We don't know about that. However, I will literally lick you from head to toe and make sure like that there's not a part of your body that don't have my saliva on it. And with that being said, I'm learning that that is a deal breaker for me when it comes to sex. Y'all, I had a time where my dick did not work. We're gonna get into that next week. But it was because the foreplay wasn't there. And I had to kind of just make up everything in my head. So with that being said, make sure that y'all tune in next week for the whole story because I got to tell y'all about my dick not working and how embarrassing that was and why we probably should not be embarrassed about that. Uh, Next, we're gonna go ahead and get into the guilty pleasure of the week. And with that being said, y'all, it mixes in with the whole story. So hold on, I gotta do this real quick before they come in and shut me down because I've been recording too long. They can come in here. But I'm gonna drop the link to this team because I'm gonna tell y'all what's really keeping me out the streets. I got a friend named Neffy, and this is a bad motherfucker. Okay, y'all. Look, basically, this is my guilty pleasure item of the week. I want y'all to go get one of these. This is Neffy. She's the God 360, and she will keep you out of these streets. Open her up. I cleaned her out nice and good just for you all. That's why she's a little wet. This ain't never been used. I was just playing. But you put the little thing on there, boom, slide up in there, and then look, you got all these settings. Anyway, we ain't gonna go through all of them, but I want y'all to make sure that y'all go get one of these fellas. And actually, women, make sure that if y'all, like, look, they come in a charger, they come in a little thing, so you can put it in the bathroom, no suction cup, put it right in the shower with you. I don't do that, because I feel like I'm dry, so we gonna go up here on that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get off of that. I really make sure y'all go check those out, because really it helps prevent STDs and stuff too, because you're not out in the streets. And we always want to make sure that we are promoting safe sex. Unless you don't like it, then make sure you're getting on PrEP so you're not out here spreading gonorrhea to everybody, which is disclaimer: PrEP is for HIV, not all the other things. So let's go ahead, and now that we are done with those topics, I'm gonna go ahead and do my turn it up segment. And so this is pretty much just about the music I'm listening to. So in my turn it up segment, okay, so they telling me I gotta go, y'all. So we're gonna do this in 30 seconds. So in my turn it up segment, pretty much, I don't know, since y'all know me now, I replaced Tamar with Shantae Moore. I seen her tear that down, Soul Train Awards down, and I've been obsessed with her. Her music is fucking everything to me. So if y'all don't know nothing about Shantae, I even named a plant named Shantae. And I'll be like, she ain't no Shantae. Anytime I hear somebody sing. You know what my other guilty pleasure item is? We're gonna get that next week. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I do want to go ahead and end with the quote of the week. The quote of the week is an ancient African proverb, and it goes, "Go smoke a straight shooter, bitch," by Mama D. Go smoke a straight shooter, bitch. All right, so make sure y'all go follow watch the Good Love and Hip Hop shit, because that shit had me on the floor. I think about that randomly all the fucking time. So with that being said, y'all know how I do like to end our show. I want to say that yesterday happened the way it did, so today can happen the way it should. I want to say today happened the way that it did, so tomorrow can happen the way that it should. And I also want to just say there would be nothing put in your path, just like we discussed at the beginning of this show, that a OnlyFans bag can't fix. And I'm pretty sure at some point, all of y'all's mamas was hoes, because guess what? They put out a Freak Nick documentary, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see all y'all's butt naked mamas on there showing pussy. And until next time, I want to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Kicking It with Keith. That was backwards.